Doyon Signature Rack Oven is one of the top-of-the-line rotating rack ovens in the market. Its versatility allows you to bake bread, pastries, pizzas, pies, meat, hamburgers, and even veggies. It takes the best-selling feature from our CA and JA series ovens and adds in picture display, rebar, reinforced walls, and so much more. It comes with a touchscreen programmable control, which features a high-volume manual shot and constant pulse steam injection system. The SRO series ovens have standard suspense type racks for easy maintenance and cleaning, stainless steel floor, and front-mounted panels. The SRO is a space-saving unit and is available in gas or electric. Standard features of the SRO include programmable touchscreen controls, 8-stage baking with variable airspeed and adjustable airflow, speedy temperature recovery and efficiency, 550 degrees max temperature, high production steam systems, shot or pulse steam injections, flush stainless steel floors, prison options, ships in either one piece or knockdown, and is rated energy efficient with the Fisher-Nickel FSTC report. In today's video, we will be going over the E-controls on the Doyon SRO. Once your SRO is hooked up to the appropriate power line and water line, it is time to turn it on. First, we will hit the main power control on the front of the unit. Now on our digital touchscreen display, we can hit the power button. This main screen is the manual mode for the oven. From this page, we can go into our recipe bank and choose one of the pre-programmed recipes to use. We select baguette. Our oven will start preheating to the set temperature of 380 degrees Fahrenheit. From this recipe page, we can go into the manual mode for the SRO. Here you'll see we have a temperature, a timer, the start timer button, fan speed, which is low, medium, and high, and a fan delay button. With your fan delay, you have the option of turning it on for 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minute. What the fan delay does is upon loading your item into the oven and closing the door, the fan will turn off for that predetermined amount of time. This is crucial for delicate batters such as muffins and cupcakes, where you don't want to create any lean to your top of your muffin dome. So we turn off the fan, give some oven spring to the product, allow the crowns to form, and then we reintroduce fan after the 3 minutes are up. Another use of the fan delay is when we are pairing it with a shot steam or pulse steam. When you introduce steam into a cavity, we need to allow it time to settle onto your product, such as bread. If the fan is blowing at the beginning of your baking, the steam will not have time to adhere itself to the surface of your baked product. Due to the high heat in these units, we cannot surpass a 3-minute fan delay on the oven. Moving over, we have a rack stop. This will stop the rotation of the rack inside of our unit and bring it to a front-facing position. Power vent is an extreme suction of ventilation to pull out any heat and moisture from the inside of our cavity. The power vent will be used in moments when we need to decrease the temperature of our oven very rapidly or when a large amount of steam needs to be taken out of the unit. We now have a shot steam. Shot steam is the initial first large burst of steam and water that's put into the unit at the very beginning of the baking cycle. And then pulse steam, the last button, is smaller increments of steam being injected onto the product throughout the baking cycle. This could perhaps be 40 milliliters of water every 45 seconds. Those are variables that can be adjusted in our manual programming mode. And then again, you just see our recipe bank right here, and then a power off button. Now let's say we want to create a recipe for our SRO. We're going to go ahead and leave the manual mode, hit our program file button, and input the code 7123. Here you'll see we have a few options. We can change the mode of our oven from Fahrenheit to Celsius. We can edit a recipe, set our date and time, adjust the volume of our buzzer, and then we also have capabilities of saving and reading recipes from USB drives. Right now we're going to go ahead and edit a recipe. I'm going to go ahead and edit a recipe that has not been tampered with yet. We'll do recipe 5. And here you will see that we can input up to 8 stages of baking. Each stage of baking has the ability to be manipulated for variables such as time, temperature, steam, vent, fan, and fan pulsing. As you can see right now we just have one stage of baking. It's got a 1-minute time on it, temperature of 300 degrees, steam is off, the vent is off, fan is on high, and our fan rotation is in a forward pattern. We can also put in a little message here. We'll leave that for now. To add a stage, we would hit the blue add button. You can do that multiple times. And we can also take away stages by hitting the red minus button. After, let's say we input a recipe we're happy with, we would then hit the save button. I'm not going to do that right now. It would have us name the recipe as well. I'm going to actually get out of here, exit without saving, yes. Now I'm going to go into our Baguette recipe and show you the variables that are set for this specific one. It is an 18-minute bake time with an oven set to 380 degrees Fahrenheit. And here's a good example of what a shot steam is. So like I mentioned, the shot steam is at the very beginning of the baking cycle, and it's the largest amount of water you'll probably introduce throughout the bake. So we have this shot of steam coming out for 30 seconds, and it's going to be actually emitting 2,500 milliliters of water. So that's the shot steam. We'll get out of here. Vent is closed off because again, as we're introducing steam, we need it to stay inside of the unit, so the vents will be closed. And our fan is on high. There's no message, and our fan delay is actually turned off as well. Okay, I wanted to show you one thing about editing recipes on the SRO. Go into a blank recipe spot. And let's say we're talking about injecting steam into our oven. You cannot input more steam than the oven is capable of producing at a single time at the correct Fahrenheit. So let's choose a shot steam. Let's say we're going to do this steam over 30 seconds. And I want to, in my mind, add in 3,000 milliliters. If I do that and I hit OK, it actually corrects me and goes back down to 300 because that is too large of an amount to emit at that temperature. Same can be said for the pulsing of the steam. Let's say every 2 minutes I want it to emit 300 milliliters. That works in this case, but again, if I go in here and type in 1,000, it's an invalid entry, and it'll bring it back down to the max amount it can emit at that certain amount of time. So for 2 minutes, we only actually get 500 milliliters of water. Now let's say we have a USB drive saved with lots of recipes that we want to input into our SRO. We would take that USB, put it right here into the port, and then we have the option of reading recipe from the USB or saving recipe to USB. This is a water protective cap. Just make sure that's on at all times, you're not using it. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for further instructions on the usage, maintenance, and cleaning of the SRO oven.